is summarized spoken text. So you will listen to an audio that can play anywhere between 60 to 90 seconds long. All right, 60 to 90 seconds long. So you will listen to an audio, a lecture that is anywhere between 60 to 90 seconds long. All right, what do you need to do? Listening to the audio and then taking notes. And then writing a summary about that audio. Writing a summary about that audio. It is the first task of listening. Timing is 10 minutes per question. Remember that. Now, when I say 10 minutes per question, does that include the audio time as well? Yes. So that means if the audio is 1 minute, how many minutes do I have to write down the whole summary?
9 minutes.
9 minutes.
9 minutes. Because the audio played for 1 minute, so it will be 9 minutes. All right, so keep that in mind. Marks for listening and writing. Audio length, as I said, can be 60 to 90 seconds long. Number of questions, anywhere 1 to 2. Generally, you get 1 or 2 questions. Right? Each one consists of 10 marks. And the other thing is, remember the word limit. So for when you're doing summarized spoken text, the word limit is 50 to 70. That means your summary must be in 50 to 70. And when you're writing, when you're typing in the box, it will show you at the bottom the word count. So you don't have to count manually. You will be able to see that it's between 7 words. Okay. So that's where you lose marks. Okay. So that's where I will show you the next part. So this is how I get 10 marks. So content is 2, form is 2, grammar is 2, vocabulary is 2, spellings is 2. All right, altogether adds up to 10 marks. Now, if I get a 0 in content, how many marks do you think I can get? If I get a 0 in content, 8. You will get a 0 straight away. So in PTE, content marks are given the highest priority. So if you get a 0 in content, doesn't matter whether you have written a proper form, grammar, vocabulary, spellings, you will get a 0. Same thing with form. If you get a 0 in form, anywhere else you get marks is also considered as 0. What is form? Form is summary must be in multiple sentence and it must be in between 50 to 70 words. So remember, I said if you asked me if we go over 70, what happens? You will start losing marks.
So it should be
Below 50 as well. Yeah. So if it's below 50 but over 40, so if it's below 50 but over 40, you still get 1 marks. If it's above 70 but below 100, you get 1 mark. But anything, so if it's below 40, 0. If it's above 100, 0. But again, you are not going to even look at these two. Your job is to keep it focused. And why would I lose marks knowingly, right? Am I clear? Now, take a screenshot of this. This is a template that you can use. Now, this is something we can use. Now, remember, this is a paragraph, all right? You're not writing in bullet points your summary. It has a paragraph. So full stop, yes, the lecture was about something, full stop. Moreover, it highlighted about the fact that blah, 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 full stop. All right, please remember that. All right. Now, when you're listening to the audio, obviously the most important thing is taking notes. Okay. So when you're taking notes, you have to keep in mind that you're taking notes based in broken sentences. What does broken sentences mean? It basically means that you have to take notes in phrases, not one word. Couple of words, not couple, but 3 to 4 words. So when you hear something important, you write about 2 to 3 words of them. All right. Generally, it says between 10 to 15. If you understood the audio, all right, 5 is more than enough. If you understood the audio. Why? Because sometimes you will see the audio is talking about something that is very easy to understand. So let's say the audio is talking about the 5 places in Melbourne that you can visit. All right. Now you'll see that that's very relatable for you. So you'll be able to pick up those 5 things easily. And as a result, you will not have any issues in writing notes. So in that case, just write down the important 5 points that they've mentioned. All right. But let's say the audio is talking about something that you have very little idea, like biochemical engineering or neuroscience, or something that you are not easily relatable. All right, like aeronautics or something that is not relatable to you. In that case, yes, try to take more notes because probably you did not understand half of it, but writing more will help you in terms of getting some content. Is that clear? Whenever you're taking notes, be smart about taking notes. Don't just keep writing the same thing over and over again, right? Draw a roadmap. What is a roadmap? So I'll give you a very simple explanation. So what are we doing today? What section are we doing today? Summarize spoken text. How do you know that we are doing summarized spoken text? Did I tell you that? Did I say it once or did I repeat that word? Repeat. Now, every time I say summarize spoken text, are you going to write down summarized spoken text? No. What you do is every time you hear, so first time, yes, obviously you write down summarized spoken text. Second time you hear, draw a line, write down the information given about summarized spoken text. All right. In that way, you just wrote down 2 words, but that 2 words have a lot of meaning. You can form an entire sentence just with those 2 words. Understand? This is what we call road mapping. So when you're taking notes, be smart. Don't just keep writing. Make connections between your words. So if you wrote down 1 word, connect this with another word, connect this with another. That's what generally what we call is road mapping. So rather than just taking notes incessantly like crazy, you just make those connections. Okay, it says write simple sentences. Don't try to write anything you don't understand. All right, try to make sure that things that you understood, you wrote it down. Don't try something that you don't understand, because then you'll make spelling mistakes, then there'll be grammar issues, so just pointless. All right. And this is what a basic, like, it's just giving you an idea about road mapping. All right. Now, obviously, we talked about content being the most important part. So how do we write down content or pick up content? So the basic way we pick up content is through this method. All right. Now, the first thing that we try to pick notes out of is the topic sentence. So the first thing you should be trying to do is that you should try and take notes out of the topic sentence. What is the topic sentence? Any idea? Does anyone have any idea about the topic sentence? So topic sentence is the sentence that introduces you to ideas, like the topic. Now, where will you get the topic sentence? Where will you hear the topic sentence? Yeah, in the audio. Where? At the beginning or at the end? At the beginning, generally. Now, it's not always the first sentence. A lot of people think that the first sentence is my topic sentence. Not always. But let's say, yes, 70% of the time, it will be the first sentence. So try to focus in the first part to pick some information about the topic sentence, because immediately you will now have the topic of the summary. Now, if you have the topic of the summary, that's going to give you marks, good marks. Okay, so try to pick something from the topic sentence. All right. Next thing is keywords. Keywords are words that are repeated. We already talked about it. If something is repeated, you keep hearing it, those are important words. Obviously, you don't keep writing the same word, but you take information about that keyword. All right. Examples. If you hear numbers like 50%, 20%, 30% in 1998, in 1994, in 1996, are they important? Absolutely not. They are just examples. It's a summary. You do not need to write or put examples in your summary. Okay. Am I clear about that? Connect. Moreover, however, that means that they're going to add more information. So see what they're saying after those words. And if the audio is asking questions, do not write down question, because they do not give you any information. All right. And the other thing is, stressing, emphasizing words. So if you hear words like significant, primary, most, anything that stresses, right, tries to tell you that it is important, those words are not important, the information about those words are important. Okay, so even if it's bad, like let's say the worst traffic in history is blah blah blah, that is again still important because it's still stressing. Okay, all right, and then you gather those notes. Now you write down your notes and then you make a summary out of them.